Your next chapter requires a different version of who you used to be. And I know for most, this is going to sound so crucial and harsh, but it's just the honest truth. In order to get where you want to get to, you have to create a new version of who you used to be. And that is in every aspect. That's mentally, physically, and spiritually as well. And I do have a few things that I've written down that will help you on your journey into becoming the best version of who you used to be. I think it's very important to realize that the old you got you here to where you're at now, but you can't take the old version of who you used to be. And you see that there's things that are lacking in your life that you feel as though that you need to improve those things, work on it. Every single day, wake up and find what is it that is your weakness and what has driven you into the life that you no longer want. And when you finally come to terms to that, you start to really analyze more of what I've done to constantly not only not be the best of what I want to be, but just be more so in a standpoint of saying, like, I know that my life is so much more meaningful. It's so much more better than what it needs to be. And I woke up today with that realization. I had a dream about going to the gym and just perfecting my body. I have not been in the gym for about 2 months now, and it's been weighing down on me. And I'm reflecting on myself, looking at my body. I'm like, man, I'm just not how I used to be, especially with age. Age does play a huge factor on that. And I never knew I would be one of those people to say that, especially at the age of 27. It's like, as you get older, it gets tougher. So I decided today I'm going to hit the gym after this video and dedicate that time and effort to step into the new version of who I want to be. Because the old me would just lay around, let it be for what it is, and just go on about my day. And now there are going to be times where your intuition is going to tell you, like, hey, you need to get up and you need to do this. Hey, you need to get up and you need to go become a better version of what you need to be. And that right there today is just, it just is what it is. I think that as time go on, you start to improve yourself more and more when you start finding reasons to why you need to improve. And that is something that I'm constantly working on myself. So have that dedication to say that I'm willing to improve. And all that is going to come to an alignment without you even realizing it. Another part of becoming the next best version of yourself is just constantly just letting things die. Just whatever it is that never serves you in the right way or just have you on the right track, just let it die naturally. I think sometimes we do force certain situations with people, with objects, with just whatever. It could even be things that's in your closet right now that you have clothes from like 10 plus years ago. Like I've always been, I'm not going to say a hoarder, but I've always kept clothes that either no longer fit me, that are either ripped up or just whatever the case is. It's just some type of emotional attachment that I've always had when it came to certain clothes, you know? But sometimes you have to just let it go and let it die out so you can step into the new version of who you're supposed to be. Like right now, I want to start wearing more dress clothes and just wearing more suits. And I really want to step into my 30s being more of the man that I want to become. And I think that just elevating yourself on that level is what helps you become that version, by just letting things die out, even if that's people in your life. Sometimes you ask yourself, like, why did me and that person not, you know, have chemistry together the same way? Or why I'm kind of getting bored of this whole environment. Sometimes you have to just let it die out naturally and just let it do what it do. I mean, there's no other reason why to keep and hold things that no longer really value the same. And I'm learning that now. And sometimes it's okay to just let things die out naturally and just let it be for what it is. Because at any given moment in time, things are just going to change and it's inevitable. It's just supposed to happen. And that's just a way of life. So it's either you change or it's going to change on its own. And it may be even worse. So sometimes having a direction of where you want to change to is very important. And changing is what helps you have at least a foundation of where you want to go rather than it just changing on its own and you're just off course of what your life should be. So take ownership of changing your life and being as fluently into the life that you want, and have that structure to say, I want this for me. And if you're not on this ship to help me, then you have to get off the ship. And that's just what it is at the end of the day. I think the next structuring of the process of becoming the next best version of yourself is knowing that it's going to be a lonely road, because you're in this rebranding phase. You're in this phase of not being the old version of who you used to be, and allowing people that you used to hang with, people that you used to joke around with, people that you used to party with, all those things is just gonna change, and you're gonna find a whole new outline of who you're supposed to be. Underlying truth of it is to just let it be, and to just find your purpose and finding what your life is supposed to be like, because it is a lonely road. You're gonna feel like you're not fulfilled in many different areas in your life. Will be family, friends, like all those things will just start changing and evolving, and you'll constantly ask yourself, like, why am I not around as much? Why are they not around as much? And it's just gonna be a full flood of just you being fully lonely, locked in. But what has to be for you will be for you at the end of the day. And I truly believe that the attraction of what you want and the people that's supposed to be around you will just come. And that's just law. Asking yourself the question is, what would the person I want to be do every day? Like, what would waking up be? What would my day-to-day routine would be? What type of environment that I would be in? Like, those questions is what allows you to understand and reflect more on what you're doing now, and really just figuring out what else is there to do to get to that moment. And I do consider always having a journal and just writing down a daily routine of what your life would look like. I do that now personally. I have goals that I want to reach and things that I aspire to just constantly become better. And I think that when you finally say, hey, I'm going to write this down, you have to ask yourself, what is your end goal? What is the outcome that I want? And what is the life that I perceive on a daily basis? And that is going to tell you everything. And that is when you fully get into your full-fledged journey of self-development, self-growth, self-perception of what you used to be. It's just so many different factors that lead into you becoming the best version of who you were, and just stepping into that new chapter that you've never seen before. And at the end of the day, I always say this in all my videos, is just to find yourself, but then also know that it all starts off with you, and nobody else is gonna do the work for you. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, turn on post notifications. Also, link in my description, I have an internet cash flow ebook that teaches you on how to monetize yourself throughout all social media platforms. I will be building something in the future where I want to build a community of men to learn how to monetize themselves on YouTube, and then also all around just learn how to become the best versions of who they are. And this entire process of me doing this, I'm constantly growing and learning and becoming better as I go. So you guys seen my past videos of me constantly trying to figure things out, and plummeting from making a lot of money to making no money to working a regular job to losing that job to starting all over, is for this moment. So if you guys are brand new, make sure you join the ride and you subscribe. With that being said, I will go ahead and catch you guys onto the next video.